Ada was a good woman. She believed in love, patience, and honesty. But life had not been kind to her heart. Many men had promised her the world and then left her with pain. Each heartbreak made her quieter, more careful, and more tired of love. One evening, Ada went to a small restaurant to clear her mind. That was where she met Paul. Paul did not look rich. His clothes were simple, and his phone screen was cracked. But he was polite. He listened when Ada spoke. He did not rush her. He did not brag. He spoke gently and treated the waiters with respect. Ada thought, maybe this one is different. They started talking often. Then they started seeing each other. Paul was poor, but he was kind. He told Ada he had big dreams but no help. Ada believed in him. She believed that love was more important than money. They got married quietly. At first, they were happy. They laughed together. They struggled together. Ada supported Paul with prayers and encouragement. She believed her marriage was built on truth. But Paul was not satisfied. One day, Paul secretly went to meet a witch doctor. He wanted money, power, wealth. He wanted to rise fast. The witch doctor listened and then spoke slowly. Your wife will be the key, he said. She will not die, he added. But she will walk at night. She will meet madmen. When she returns, rub this oil on her and lie with her. Your wealth will multiply. Paul hesitated, but his hunger for riches was stronger than his love. Days passed. Something strange began to happen. Ada started leaving the house at night. She did not understand why. It felt like a pull she could not fight. She would return tired, confused, and ashamed. Each morning, she asked herself, I was not like this. What is happening to me? Paul noticed. One night, he confronted her. Ada cried and told him everything. She told him she did not understand herself anymore. She told him she felt trapped in her own body. Paul pretended to be shocked. He held her and said, we must keep this a secret until we find a solution. I love you. Then he warned her softly, if you do this with a sane man, terrible things will happen. That night, Paul comforted her. Inside, he was happy. Each time Ada returned confused and broken, Paul followed the ritual. And each time, his wealth increased. But Ada kept wondering in her heart. I was not like this, so why am I becoming someone I don't recognize?
If you're enjoying this story, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like, share, and comment. My baby and I say thank you.
Paul's life began to change quietly at first. One morning, he checked his phone and saw money where there had always been nothing. It was not much, but it was enough to shock him. He smiled and told himself it was luck. The next day, more money came. Then calls started coming in. People who had never noticed him before suddenly wanted to meet him. Within months, Paul was no longer poor. He moved Ada from their small rented room into a bigger house. Then another. Then finally, a beautiful mansion with high gates, shiny floors, and rooms too many to count. Paul walked through the house proudly, touching the walls as if they might disappear. He laughed loudly. He called friends who once ignored him and invited them over just to show off. Soon, Paul began to get big contracts. Construction deals, supply contracts, business partnerships. Each contract came easily, as if the world had opened its hands to him. People trusted him without question. Documents were signed quickly. Money flowed in like a river. Paul was happy. He bought expensive clothes. He wore gold watches. He drove big cars. When people greeted him, they bowed their heads a little lower. When he spoke, they listened. Paul felt powerful. He felt important. He felt like a man who had finally won. At night, he would sit alone in his study, counting numbers on a screen, smiling to himself. "This is my time," he would whisper. But while Paul was rising, Ada was falling. Ada lived in the same mansion, but she felt like a stranger in it. The walls were too cold. The rooms were too quiet. The luxury felt heavy on her chest. She smiled in public because she had to, but inside, she was breaking. Every night, something pulled her outside. She did not understand it. She did not want it. Yet her feet carried her away from the warm bed, through the big gate, into the dark streets. When she returned, she felt empty, dirty, and ashamed. She bathed again and again, but the feeling never left. During the day, she moved like a shadow in her own home. She stopped laughing. She stopped singing while cooking. Her eyes were always tired, even after sleep. Sometimes she would sit alone and stare at nothing for hours. When Paul spoke about money and contracts, she nodded, but her heart was far away. People around them praised Paul. "Your husband is blessed," they told Ada. "God has done it for him," they said. Ada forced a smile. Only she knew that something was wrong. At night, when Paul held her, she felt cold inside. When he said, "I love you," she wanted to believe him, but her spirit felt heavy. She prayed silently, asking God what she had done wrong. She asked why her life no longer felt like her own. Sometimes she stood in front of the mirror and cried. "I was not like this," she whispered. "I was happy. I was whole." Paul noticed her sadness, but he did not care. Each time Ada returned broken and confused, Paul followed the ritual in secret. He rubbed the oil. He smiled as numbers increased. He told himself she was fine. He told himself she was strong. He told himself it was worth it. To Paul, Ada was no longer a wife. She was a bridge. A bridge between poverty and power. A bridge between shame and wealth. And while Paul celebrated his success, Ada slowly disappeared inside herself, wondering how love had turned into something so dark, and why no one seemed to notice she was drowning.
Ada, are you awake?
I'm tired, Paul. The headache is back.
It's been 3 weeks, Ada. Every time I touch you, it's a headache or a fever. I am your husband. I provide everything. Look at this house.
I appreciate the house, Paul. I don't feel like myself. Please, let me sleep.
Fine, sleep. But remember who made you a queen.
It's me.
The queen of the palace. You smell like expensive soap and cheap lies.
Just do it, please.
That was an accident. Or was it?
That was how Ada slept with the madman again.
Ayo, I'm telling you, I saw her with my 2 eyes. Paul's wife, Ada, she was in the market at 3 a.m. with that crazy man who eats from the bin.
No way. Ada is the classiest woman in this state. Why would she touch a madman?
That is the mystery. People are talking. They say she has a sickness in her head. She was a normal, decent girl before she married Paul. Now, she hunts for filth.
Maybe she's tired of the rich man style. If she likes the wild ones, maybe I should show her what a sane wild man looks like. I'll find her tonight.
Now you sabi. Let me go back to my work.
All right, no problem. Bye-bye. Yes, Flo. The more she degrades herself with the outcasts, the more the spirits bring me the gold. You are my bridge, Ada. You take the madness of the streets so I can keep the sanity of the elite. As long as you sleep with the broken, I will remain whole and rich.
I love broom and rice, it is very sweet. I love broom and rice, it is very sweet. I love broom and rice, it is very sweet.
You're new. You don't smell like the others.
The world is a circle, lady. I'm just a point on the line. The world is a cage, lady. I'm just a bird.
You don't look like the others. Your eyes, they look focused. Why aren't you hitting me? The others, they lash out. They are angry at the world. But you are just watching me.
Wait, something is different.
Is it better? You look confused, Ada.
I am. What's going on here?
How do you know my name? None of them know my name. To them, I am just the woman.
Everyone knows the name of the most beautiful woman in the estate, but they don't know why she seeks out the dirt.
You're not one of them. Your clothes are dirty, but your skin is too clean. Who are you?
My name is Ayo. I heard the stories. I thought you were just a bored rich wife looking for a thrill. But looking at your eyes right now, you look like someone waking up from a nightmare.
You don't understand. If you're sane, you have to leave now. Something terrible will happen if I'm with a normal person. Paul said,
Ada, what does your husband have to do with this? Look at me. That's it, Ada. Get dirty for me. Sink lower so I can fly higher. What? No! The sacrifice is active. She's with a madman. No! The contract! Who is she with? My head is splitting!
The spirit of madness entered into Paul when he looked at the secret mirror.
Paul?
The numbers! You're turning into lies. Get them off me. Ada, give me the oil. I need to rub the oil on you.
There is no more oil, Paul, and there are no more madmen for you to hide behind.
So this is what it cost? You traded your wife's soul for a gold-plated cage? You broke the circle. You're not a beast. You're a man.
You used me as a bridge to your wealth, but the bridge has finally collapsed. You wanted madness, Paul? The streets are waiting for you. I knew it! I told you that money was too loud. Look at him, backing at his own shadow.
All right, clear the way. We're moving out. Copy that. Let's go. Where will you go?
somewhere where no one knows my name or my husband's wealth. I have a lot of healing to do, Ayo.
Can I drive you, at least to the station?
Just as long as you aren't pretending to be someone else.
Please subscribe for me to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like, comment, and share. I and my baby say thank you.